The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
There's a young man in Yerushalayim, born and bred on Meir Sharon Street. True, didn't have much to his life. True, they slept in shifts in his house because there were 14 children in a tiny little room, which was their complete apartment. But he was the happiest child. So happy when he got married. So happy when he had his first baby. And then the baby was brought to a doctor. The doctor told him he has to check something out. And it turned out that they were chayshish that the baby had a very serious problem. A life-threatening problem. The young man had never faced a crisis in his life. Didn't quite know what to do. Began to ask the Askanim. Ran from doctor to doctor in Eretz Yisrael. No one can help him. He was told that one of the biggest Askanim in Eretz Yisrael that there is a doctor in America that could possibly help you. But he had no idea how to get to America. To him, America and Australia were all in the same continent. All he knew were the streets of Meir Sharon. Where would he go? How would he get there? He doesn't have a red cent to his name. Never mind the insurance and the costs of the doctors. It was a mountain impossible to climb. And he kept calling this asking and that asking, and people were trying to help, but they shook their heads in disbelief. This is not going to work. And one day he's in Yerushalayim and he gets a call from an askin in Bnei Brak or in Tel Aviv and says, listen to me, you're never going to believe this. That doctor that could heal your child is in my office right now. He popped in. He's going to be here for the next half hour. If you come over with your child, he'll take a look. He says, a half hour from Yerushalayim to Bnei Brak, I can't. He says, you have to get over here. He grabs the child, races downstairs, flags a taxi down, dives in, says, I have to get to Yerushalayim in a half hour. He says, Efshar, impossible. He takes out 500 shekels of his life savings, gives it to the taxi driver, and the taxi driver looks at it and says, Efshar. And they drive off. And they drive off and scare half the people between Yerushalayim and Tel Aviv. Burning rubber, turning on two tires, sneaking in, police cars chasing them, nothing is stopping them, anything. He doesn't know which is a greater sakana, his daughter's disease or this cab ride. And he screeches to a stop. The young man is schwitzing bullets. He doesn't have a penny to his name. He gave it the last 500. He jumps out of the car. The taxi driver opens the hood, allows for the smoke to clear, races upstairs, half fainting, half alive, half dead, pounds on the door of the askin. And the askin says, the doctor just left. He falls to the floor. He says, give me a drink of water. Give me a drink, please. Give me a drink. They come, and they give him a drink. He's about to make a shahakel. And as he says the words, Baruch Ata Hashem, he stops short. He begins to think for a moment. And he says, Rabbeinu Shalom, I can talk to you at any time. I don't need appointments with you. I don't need a sconin. I don't need insurance. I don't need dangerous cab drives. At any moment I can say, Baruch Ata Hashem, forget the doctors, forget all the people that tried to help me. Rabbeinu Shalom, you help me. He cried and said, Baruch Ata Hashem, Elokeinu melech haolam. Shahakal liya b'dvara, you created me, you created my daughter, you created this taxi, you created this doctor, it's all yours anyway. Short while, his daughter had a remarkable recovery. He said it was the shahakal that did it. His wife said, it's shahakal. You could have made a shahakal over here. We would have had 500 shekalim left to our names, and you wouldn't have scared half the people along the Tel Aviv, Bnei Yerushalayim highway. He said, there's no way in the world he could have made that shahakal over here. There are certain shahakals you could only make in your life under certain circumstances. There are certain situations where we're up against the wall, where it looks like shesam tvilasi, where it looks like there's no place to go. And then you have a choice. You have a choice of giving up or making a shahakal like you never made before in your life.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org